Hello and thank you for joining the Social Talks. I'm Feng Zhenglin. Today we will look at the coming South Africa election, which puts pressure on the incumbent governing party. The ANC, African National Congress, is a political party in South Africa. It originated as a liberation movement known for its opposition to apartheid, and it has governed the country since 1994, when the first post-apartheid election resulted in Nelson Mandela being elected as president of South Africa. The incumbent president Cyril Ramaphosa has served as president of the ANC since 2017. As South Africa is heading for a general election in this late May, some polls suggest the governing African National Congress could get less than 50% of the vote for the first time in the past 3 decades. Mounting criticism of the party has chipped away at its support, raising the possibility of a coalition government. On the coming 29th of May, close to 28 million South African registered voters will cast their vote and elect representatives to the national and provincial parliaments. It will be the country's 7th democratic general election, which takes place every 5 years since 1994, when the white minority rule ended and the ANC first came to power. Facing the coming election, the question to ask is what is at stake for the ANC and what are its policies? The ANC, currently led by President Ramaphosa, is under growing pressure, including continuous high unemployment, which hit 32% last year, and persistent economic inequalities, corruption allegations, and high level of violent crime, which records on average 130 rapes and 80 murders a day in the last 3 months of 2023. All these factors have crushed voter confidence in the government. But the ANC says it is working to fix these problems, and it urges people not to throw away gains made since the end of apartheid 3 decades ago. The party says poverty levels have fallen, a greater proportion of South Africans live in decent homes, and access to health care has improved. The African National Congress has promised to create millions of more jobs over the next 5 years to boost investment, support the private sector, and end corruption. At the same time, however, there are several opposition parties threatening ANC's governance. The main opposition, Democratic Alliance, says the country is, quote, in crisis. And the third largest party in parliament, the Economic Freedom Fighters, has radical economic solutions to take over what they perceive to be flawed governance of the ANC. The following question goes to who could be the next president of South Africa, and the answer involves how the election works. South Africans do not vote for president. Instead, they elect the 400 member of the National Assembly, who goes on to vote for a new head of state within 30 days of the general election. As a result, there are no presidential candidates as such, but each party leader fronts their national campaign, and their names will appear on the ballot papers. The leader of whichever party can gain a majority in the National Assembly after the election would be expected to become the next president. This is all for today's news on the South African election coming this May. This is the Social Talks. I'm Feng Zhenglin. See you next time.